Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Legends Arceus. In the last episode we caught Thunderous, Tornadus, and Landourus. And I also, in between episodes, got their research level to 10. So that way we can report it to Kogata. But before we go to her, I wanted to test out this Path of Solitude. We get it after we complete the daybreak quest, and after you talk to Garrett, he's pretty much gonna tell you what it is and give you a bunch of random Path of Solitude quests, which in short, it is a 1v1 where your opponent gets the type advantage. For example, a Sneasel is going to be fighting a Garchomp in one of these battles, and our job is to overcome the Garchomp. And all we have to do is talk to Ingo, and we can get started on it with Wormadam. I've already done all of my necessary training, so we should be able to handle this fairly well. But here we go, we have Wormadam versus Togekiss. It's kind of an odd matchup, but I know Steel type moves work quite well against Togekiss. We just have to hope we're a bit faster than him. And I'm just gonna keep using Iron Head because it seems like my best option. And I did max out my Wormadam's defense, so I see we're doing pretty good here. And with this last Iron Head, we're able to take him down. And that is 1 out of 10 Path of Solitude quests completed. And when you complete a Path of Solitude, he will actually give you a type of stamp in the Pokédex and some large candies. And pretty much you do this until every Pokemon you have gets a stamp and wins a battle. So we're going to take our next challenge with Bastiodon? I think that's how you pronounce it. Now let's see who our opponent is. Obviously it's Ingo, but who does he have now? Because it changes. Okay, so he has a Blissey. I think Blissey is weak to Steel type moves. So let's hit him with a Iron Head. I think we'll use Iron Head just like we did with the Wormadam. We just have to hope we're a bit faster and harder hitting, because soft-boiled is going to be quite an issue. So let's try this. A agile style rock smash. And with that, now we can Iron Head because of the lower defense. And let's try Rock Smash one more time to get that extra defense debuff. And maybe she won't use Hard Boiled. That was certainly better than Hard Boiled, because I think we can Strong Style Iron Head now to finish the match. Nope, we actually have a little bit more to go. I'm just hoping Blissey doesn't heal. We got really lucky that Blissey didn't use hard-boiled or soft-boiled. I don't remember what that move is, but I know it heals. But that is our second path of Solitude completed. And now we can move on to our next Pokemon, which I'm going to use. Let's go with our own Blissey. And let's begin. I don't know who our next one is. I remember doing the research, but I don't remember all of the matchups. But it looks like we have to deal with Snorlax. Let's go with a Calm Mind to raise my defense. And what is he gonna do? Oh, he has Double Edge. That's not good. Well, if he's gonna use Double Edge, I'm going to use Soft Boiled. And I'll let him take all the recoil. Though it's going a little bit slow. Let's try Draining Kiss. That didn't do too much, but I say it did enough. But now we can go back to using Soft Boiled. I think it's our best bet here to let him take himself out. Oh look, he ran out of moves. I guess we got really lucky there. I think this is our last round with him. And it's still struggling. But we were able to win the battle. So that is our third Path of Solitude completed. And with that, we move on to our fourth one, which I think I'll go ahead and do Sneasel. Just because Sneasel versus Garchomp is a interesting fight. So let's see here. Ah, there he is. Our good old Sneasel. Let the Path of Solitude begin. Bring it on and go. All aboard. Oh, never mind. I guess we're not fighting the Garchomp. I know Garchomp is somewhere on this list. So let me go ahead and try and outspeed Gligar. If we're lucky, we can hit him hard. Maybe I should Sword Dance. But then again, I think Ice moves is what we need to do. Yeah, I think one more Ice Punch and we'll win. This battle was quite easier than I thought it would be. But then again, I did over-level and over-train them all. But, as for our next Pokemon, let me go ahead and separate them so I remember who I fought with. Okay, so I got my Pokemon all separated, and now we have Rotom for the Path of Solitude, which is the one who fights the Garchomp, which is kind of scary because Garchomp can hit pretty hard. But thankfully I have an Ice move. But he has Flamethrower. This isn't good. I hope this doesn't take out Rotom. Oh no, I think we're gonna have to try that one more time. I think we would have won if that first attack didn't miss. But let's see if second time's a charm. So Garchomp versus Rotom. I'm just gonna use Blizzard because he hates ice moves. But it'll help us get the win. That flamethrower definitely hurts. Oh no, he avoided it again. This is pretty much what I mean by the Path of Solitude can definitely be difficult. Because one wrong move or one Pokemon avoiding a move could definitely change the tide of battle. So this is our third attempt against Garchomp. Let's see if we do any better. Oh no. Things are not going our way. Looks like this Garchomp is very skilled. So we're just gonna have to keep fighting him until we manage to win, it looks like. But anyways, let's just keep using Blizzard and hope for the best. If anything, I could probably change my strategy if I have to. But I think I want to stick with Blizzard. Just because of the damage it does. Oh no, he burned us. And thankfully this Blizzard actually worked. Otherwise, we would have to keep fighting him over and over. But we finally got our 5th Path of Solitude. At least I think that was the 5th. And every time we win, we get some XP candy, which is good if you want to level up your Pokemon. So next up, I think I'll bring in Roselia. We are halfway done with our set of Path of Solitude quest. But of course, you could always do all 242 Pokemon if you want. I personally don't think I want to do that. But it is an interesting challenge for those who want to give it a shot. But we paralyzed the Staravia, and now we can use Venoshock. Yeah, I'll go ahead with a strong one. I was kind of worried that if I use strong, Staravia would attack us. But it looks like that was just enough damage. And now we have our final 4 Pokemon, which would be Bidoof, Eevee, Magikarp, and there was one more. Bidoof, Eevee, Magikarp, and Abra. Let's keep them a bit separated. And I'm gonna drag Bidoof out here, because now it's his turn to do the Path of Solitude, which I know for a fact that he fights an Eevee here. Which a common theme that I've had so far is a lot of these Pokemon don't like ice. So we're gonna hit Eevee with an Ice Beam, and hopefully it'll get Frostbite. And hopefully Eevee does not outspeed me, because That quick attack does a lot. Let's try this. Agile style crunch. To hopefully get an extra turn. Or at least one extra turn after this one. Nope, the Eevee was just a bit too fast. Okay, so my Bidoof is level 68 now. I think he should be able to handle the Eevee now. If not, I might have to level him up even more than I thought. Eevee is quite strong. So let's try this crunch again. Okay, that actually did a lot. But now I should be able to... I'll go ahead and rest just in case of 2 quick attacks. Because Eevee does that a lot. Oh no, we got lucky that Eevee used the eyeball move. So now we can Ice Beam. And oh look, the Frostbite got onto Eevee. So I think we can take these hits while the Frostbite does its thing. And as long as it's our turn, we can just rest. And the Frostbite will take care of the rest. At least that's the plan. This Eevee has definitely been the hardest one so far. Let's see if we can get one more Ice Beam. Oh no! Bidoof has lied to me. We almost had him that time. Okay, so we're gonna give it one more attempt. I think we can for sure get it this time. Though I might have to use Crunch instead. Just to keep lowering the defense. So we'll go Agile Style Crunch. And then Normal Style Crunch. I think that should work. Maybe I should just use Crunch. It seems very effective. If we survive... I'll go Strong Style now. I definitely should have used Crunch instead of Ice Beam, because I think we could have gotten here a little bit quicker. But next up, I am actually going to be using my own Eevee. So let's go ahead and bring him out. It is now Eevee's turn for the Path of Solitude. We are definitely getting all these quests done. And it looks like we are fighting a Zoroark now. Which might be a little bit difficult with its ghost typing. But I think if I use Calm Mind, maybe we will be able to bring up our defense. Hopefully if we're faster, we can do it multiple times. That Snarl was pretty bad. Let's try and mimic that. So now we can use its own move against it. If we can survive long enough, of course. Oh no. Our offensive stats. Let's try Snarl. Okay, it looks like we're doing pretty good now. But we are losing quite a bit of power here. If we're lucky, he won't attack us for another turn. And this should do just enough for us to actually get the victory. That one was really close. I'm kind of glad we got it on the first attempt. And with that, we have only 2 more Path of Solitude quests, which I believe is Abra and Magikarp. Let's take a look. So it looks like I was correct. Our final 2 is Abra and Magikarp. But we will be starting with Abra because this battle's a bit interesting due to a little trick you can do. Because the only move Mr. Mime knows is Mimic. And if you use Teleport as your first move, it makes it to where Mr. Mime can't do anything. So all you have to do is just hit him with a strong style attack that is either Ghost or Steel, and it'll pretty much take care of him. It is probably one of the easiest to fight, but this should do enough damage. And now all we have to do is use our Magikarp. Now the Magikarp fight, you all are gonna find this a little bit funny, but that's if it doesn't take us out in time, because the only move Magikarp can know is Splash. And the only way to win this is by letting Electrode self-destruct. And if you don't faint, you pretty much win. And that is actually the easiest fight, but it is also the worst one. Because if you don't have a Magikarp at the level that I have it, which is somewhere in the 90s, you will pretty much have a difficult time. You also have to max out its HP and defense. But for completing 10 of the Path of Solitude, we get an extra large candy for it. And if we talk to this guy again, he should give us a bunch of rewards, because we did complete all the quests he gave us, which were quite difficult whenever you're training them, because it is very time consuming. But it does get us a bunch of quests completed, and a bunch of good rewards, such as Seeds of Mastery and XP shards. Now, let's see what he has to say. I guess he's staring at us. With your skills, I know you can do it. Get out there and try these incredibly tough challenges. Roserate's Path of Solitude, Cleavor's Path of Solitude, Lilligan's Path of Solitude, Wurple's Path of Solitude, Cricketot's Path of Solitude. That's a lot of solitude. I hope you keep enjoying the Path of Solitude. I do enjoy the Path of Solitude, but I didn't know there was going to be more after that. I didn't train those Pokemon. So instead, let's grab our team and head out towards Kogadas. Now, here we are at Miss Kogadas' house to give her a report. Ah, you've arrived. You now know much about Landourus, Tornadus, and even Thunderous. Well done. I would bid you let those three fly free as is their nature. But we are yet fresh from the tearing of the space-time rift until its after effects fade entirely. Perhaps it's better to keep our trio contained. And now, it is time to tell you the rest. What do you mean? There is one more of that cohort. Come. Another one? A more? Wait, is that a new genie? This is Landourus, a Pokemon hailed as the Herald of Spring. Landourus is not particularly given to ill behavior, but I imagine you'd like to document her for your Pokedex, wouldn't you? Catch her then, if you like. She always flits about in the Crimson Marylands. Okay, it looks like we have to go catch Landourus, which she said is going to be in the Crimson Marylands. So let's go ahead and head there and try to catch her. So here we are in the Crimson Marylands, specifically near the Scarlet Bog, because I think this is where Landourus might be? I don't know. I don't see Landourus. Oh look, never mind. I can see Landourus in the distance, but there's a lot of dangerous Pokemon here. And we have our wing balls ready. Hopefully we'll be able to just sneak in there and catch her. Oh. I heard that music. Okay, it looks like she's not gonna chase us yet. Let's just fall on down here. Might as well throw a smoke bomb. Now I can finally use a stealth spray. If this fails, we are gonna have to chase her. Unfortunately, I don't know how close I can get. We are almost out of smoke bombs. And... uh-oh. Ah, no, that's not good. Let's try to hide again. Or get attacked. Oh no, she has the same effect as Cresselia. I guess I'll just try to chase her. Okay, she's quite difficult to catch up to. Okay, so we finally caught up to her. Very difficult to really do. She's very fast, just like the others. I think she's a fairy type. So I'm gonna try and use moves that won't faint her. Unfortunately, we lost our Typhlosion. So I think we should try maybe Gardevoir to maybe like even the typing out. So let's go Agile Style Moonblast. and hope for the best. Okay, so that was actually a good choice. And I think I'll go ahead and use a wing ball now. Hopefully Enamorus will join us. Nope. It looks like she still wants to run away. She's getting really angry. This can't be good. I can definitely say Enamorus is a fairy type now. Maybe another wing ball should do the trick. Sorry this had to happen, Gardevoir. Let's throw Dialga in there now, just so he can handle a couple hits. So that way we can use another wing ball. And there we go, we caught Enamorus, the newest member of the Forces of Nature. I don't know if I have to report that to Kogata. I probably should. So I went to talk to Professor Lavington to leave, and he said a completed Pokedex at last. Though, in a way, you could almost call this a Shadow Dex. That's actually a pretty interesting name. Just imagine an entire Pokedex full of Shadow Pokemon. But then again, that would be all Ghost or Dark typing. And of course, you had your directive, didn't you? I recall the message you received when you first fell down to this land. Seek out all Pokemon, was it not? It seems you finally achieved that goal. So, where must you go now? Mount Coronet, the Temple of Sinnoh. You'll find nowhere else in all of Hisui closer to the heavens. You are practically among the stars up there, as if one with the very universe, all creation. What will happen there, I wonder? My scientific curiosity is positively roiling, but, well, this isn't my tale of adventure, it's yours. This is for you and you alone to go and find out. Yes, it is our adventure. We each have our separate duties. Yours is to go to the Temple of Sinnoh, and mine is to give this Pokedex a jolly thorough read-through. So, it looks like we caught every Pokemon in the game, except one, which we are going to go catch right now. So, before we actually go catch that last Pokemon, let's talk to Miss Kogata. Aha, you've caught Enamorus as well, and you know much about her. Enamorus arrives in Hisui once winter has passed, hence the empathic herald of spring. Her company, when I have the pleasure, is of great help. She ferries me hither and yon across Hisui, but I'll leave her in your care for now, I suppose. Indeed. Even you can hardly expect to live for all time. Surely, but she will be in your care for now. Here, this is the reveal glass. If you use it on Enamorus and her brethren, they will assume different forms. Oh, that's kind of like how Dialga has a origin form. That'll be interesting to use. You, Enamorus, and her brethren have something in common. You all tend to stir the pot of life. Do not mistake me, I mean this positively. If everything were straightforward, what meaning would there be in living as long as we do? Once there was a god of field, and once there was a god of spring. Upon Hisui's winds it wheeled, brought life to everything, to every growing thing. Was that how that old verse went? I have passed on to you all there is to pass. Where history goes from here, I leave to you and your companions to see through. And there we go, we completed the Incarnate Forces of Hisui quest. And now we can head to the Coronet Islands to catch another legendary Pokemon. So here we are in the Coronet Highlands during the night, because we have one last legendary Pokemon to catch that they don't consider in the Pokedex, but he is in the Pokedex. And he only appears at night as a special event Pokemon if you've played Pokemon Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl. So if we come over here, I think he's supposed to show up. I'm not too sure. It says just come right here. Oh, we get a little cutscene. Where is he? Oh, I just saw him there. Oh, there he is. My favorite legendary Pokemon, Darkrai. Let's go catch him. He might be a little bit difficult because I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know if he has a shield like the others. Let's see if I can... Oh. If I can hide from him, maybe I could like sneak up on him. So it looks like he's just gonna be hiding over there. Well, not hiding, but... Oh, he found me. But if I could use these rocks as cover, I should be able to like sneak up on him. Oh. It looks like he's just relaxing there. Maybe I could sneak around. Maybe. Okay, I'm actually surprised that caught him that easy. Outstanding. Now everyone will be able to rest easy. Yes, no one will. Now no one else will fall victim to such dark nightmares. I suppose I'd better be heading back home myself now, but I won't ever forget what you did. Farewell, young one. And that was the Darksome Nightmare, my favorite legendary of all time, is now in one of our boxes. Speaking of one of our boxes, we now have a shiny Shinx and a shiny Chimchar that I caught while I was training my Pokemon. We also have almost a complete box of legendary Pokemon, at least all that were in this game, such as, of course, Darkrai, Cresselia, the Lake Trio, and the main three, Giratina, Dialga, and Palkia. But I think we've done quite enough. We took on the Path of Solitude, and caught our remaining few Pokemon to pretty much almost complete the Pokedex. Now all we have to do is go to the Temple of Sinnoh, which we will be doing in the next episode. So, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more content like this, and I will catch you all in the next episode. Bye!